Krystle, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm going to be doing the mom tag. Sorry for my appearance, but I am a single mom. I barely have time to do my makeup and hair, but I wanted to still film this, so just don't mind my appearance. But before we get into this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, click the subscribe button down below, and also make sure to turn on bell notifications so you never miss out on a video from me and my son Michael David. And without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. So question number one was, how old were you when you had your first child? Well, I was 26 years old when I had my first child, and he is 3 months old right now. Question number two, what was the hardest thing about being pregnant for 9 months? Well, those of you who don't know, I only found out I was pregnant at 6 months pregnant. I have a video all about finding out I was 6 months pregnant. I will link that down below in the description. But I guess not knowing I was pregnant for the first 6 months, I didn't really deal with much symptoms or anything prior to finding out. So the worst thing that I dealt with was probably the heartburn. Heartburn was extremely excruciating for me. It was like heartburn times 1,000, and I don't ever wish anyone to ever deal with heartburn like that ever in their entire life. Question number three, can you think of any good things you enjoyed during your 9 months of pregnancy? Well, I guess not finding out that I was pregnant for 6 months was the best part of my pregnancy, because during the first 6 months of my pregnancy, I didn't deal with any symptoms. I didn't have those first trimester, second trimester symptoms, no morning sickness, any of that. So I guess being extremely lucky that I didn't really go through a heartful, really bad pregnancy with tons of symptoms. And so question number four is, in your opinion, were all the things you heard about childbirth accurate or way off? Well, they were definitely accurate. I definitely knew that it was going to be painful, and I have a pain scale of like 0, so that was definitely the worst pain I've ever been in. But going into labor, I did watch a bunch of videos where people talked about things I didn't expect during labor, not basing pain off of the worst pain in the world when the contractions first start, to base it on a scale of 1 to 10, and that is exactly what I did. I went in with an open mind, knowing it was going to be painful, but just doing the best I possibly could. And I also knew that after pregnancy was going to be extremely excruciating too, because postpartum, you just pushed a child out of your vagina. So obviously it's going to be painful, but always making sure you research what labor is like and what other mothers experienced so that you can be prepared. Is definitely what I did. So a lot of the things that these mothers did say on YouTube was accurate to what labor was like for myself. Question number five is, would you have handled childbirth differently if you could redo it? Yes. The number one thing that I would have done differently is be more prepared. I ended up having my son a month early, and I did not have a hospital bag packed, so I would definitely be extra prepared if I was going to ever have another child, just making sure about a month, almost 2 months before the delivery of my child, that I would have everything prepared and ready to go, just in case he or she were to come early and I would have to run out the door, that I was be more prepared in that sense. Question number six is, what would be your advice for somebody who is about to have a baby? Research. Do tons of research. Watch tons of YouTube videos on other mothers who have gone through labor and birth and their experience with babies, and just take in as much information as you can and be well prepared. Know what products you do need and what products you don't need. There are tons of things that you see in the store that you think, oh, I'm gonna need this, oh, I'm gonna need that, but in reality you're not gonna end up needing it. Question number 8 is, what was the most rewarding thing about being a mom? Well, for me, the most rewarding thing about being a mom is knowing that you created such a wonderful and amazing human being, and that they are there to look up to you, and just seeing their smile and being able to watch them grow is just, it's so rewarding to me personally. I love waking up every day and seeing his smile and just seeing all the milestones that he is reaching and just being so incredibly proud of him and everything that he does. Number 9, what was the most surprising thing that you discovered about being a mom? I don't really think there was anything that I was surprised about. Like, I knew that it wasn't going to be easy, that it was definitely going to be hard. And one thing you do need to know is that when your child is an infant, this is the easiest time that you'll ever have with your child. You may not think so now when they're crying and they're up all night and they're not sleeping and you're going through teething and just all of these things, being so exhausted, but things do get harder. But just know that I personally believe that God doesn't put you through anything that you cannot handle. So even when you think things are not going to get better, just know that they will, and that you can get through it. Question number 11 is, what was the most exciting milestone? I guess for me, the most exciting milestone that he's gone through so far, because he is only 3 months, he still has tons of milestones to go through, was probably him lifting his head up. Especially when he's lifting his head up and it's almost completely straight, looking straight at you. It's so exciting to see him go from putting his head barely up and just watching him to go as hard as he can and making all those little baby grunting noises, you know, working as hard as his little body can go to lift it up, and him just, you know, being so determined to lift his head, and watching him finally be able to do it, it is so exciting. Number 12 is, what was the worst thing your child has ever done? Well, my son is 3 months old, so he's never done anything bad. I think the worst thing he's ever done is not sleep in his own bed. I'm very fortunate that despite the fact he doesn't sleep in his own bed, he does sleep with me, co-sleeping, and sleeps about 6 to 7 hours every single night since he was 2.5 months old. So I'm very lucky in that sense. Question number 13 is, what habit did you wish your child didn't have? Well, like I said, he's 3 months old, so there isn't any habits that he has yet that I've discovered, because he's still growing and I still have to learn and watch his personality come out of him, which I really look forward to witnessing over the next couple of years of his life. Question number 14. What habits of theirs makes you most proud? Like I said before, he doesn't have any habits yet, but he does have this habit of making these faces that look exactly like mine. It's almost like they just took my face and like put it on his. It's like looking in the mirror. It's kind of scary sometimes. Like, I never thought in my life I would see my twin in a boy version. Question number 15. Do you share any similarities with your child, both physical or personality? So like I said in the last question, he definitely has my facial features, especially around the mouth area. He makes tons of faces that look exactly like my face if I were to make the exact same facial expression, and it's insane to witness and look at. And personality, like I said before, he hasn't really grown into his personality yet because he is still 3 months old. Question number 16. Where would you like your child to be in 10 years? So in 10 years, my child will be 10 years old. And what I'd like to see my child be in 10 years is just a happy, respectful, kind, young little boy, just living life, being happy, playing sports and doing physical activities, and just knowing that his mother loves him and that he is worthy of who he is, and that even when he makes a mistake, I will still love him, and to just always do his best no matter what. Question number 17. What is something that having a child has taught you? patience. I am not a very patient person. When my child was first born, I was getting very frustrated all the time and getting overwhelmed and stuff, but as he's grown, I'm starting to become a little more patient and just have to remember that I have to stay more calm and patient and get more down to his level and talk more softly and quietly to him, because I am a very loud person as it is. I do wear 2 hearing aids because I am hearing impaired, and because of that I do tend to speak a little more on the louder side. But just remembering to be more quiet, calm, and patient is what my child has taught me. Question number 18 is, did you imagine that you'd be a mom at the age that you became a mom? No. The reason I say that is because I was not in a serious relationship. I wasn't thinking anything about children. I was very into social media and celebrities and traveling and concerts and all of that jazz. So I saw myself going to more shows, traveling, doing, you know, just things for myself. I never in a million years thought at 26 years old I would have my son. But despite that, I'm so grateful that I do have him in my life. Question number 19 is, describe your child in a single sentence. Handsome, beauty, baby boy. Question 20, which is the last question, is how have you changed as a person since becoming a mom? I have changed since becoming a mom in the sense of my routine. I used to be a very messy person. I lived on my own. I wasn't one to get up and have a real schedule. I would sleep in whenever I wanted on my days off work. I would leave dishes and not do all of the normal cleaning people my age do. Since I did live on my own, I could just do whatever I wanted when I wanted. And now I have to get up on my son's schedule. I wake up at the same time every day. I go to bed at the same time every day. I make sure that I keep the house clean, in a sense, as we're always in the living room. I make sure that the kitchen is always cleaned because I'm making bottles all the time and doing laundry more frequently than I normally do. So just being more consistent to a routine and schedule, and my cleanliness has definitely changed a lot. There you guys have it. That was the mom tag. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. Please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Click the subscribe button down below if you haven't done so already. Also make sure to turn on the bell notification so you never miss out on a video from me and baby Michael David. And with all of that being said, I thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.
Anywhere I go, I'm taking you.